Sometimes the greatest leaps in history aren't made with intention, but by pure accident. From mold growing in a forgotten petri dish to a bubbling pot in a backyard that launched the tech age. Today, we're diving into the astonishing true stories behind the discoveries that were never meant to happen, yet went on to change the course of human history forever. These aren't just happy coincidences. They're reminders that fate, curiosity, and even a little messiness can shape the world in ways no one ever imagined. In 1928, a Scottish scientist named Alexander Fleming returned from vacation to find something odd in his messy lab. One of his petri dishes, left unattended, had grown mold, but not just any mold. This one was killing the bacteria around it. Most scientists would have tossed it in the trash. But Fleming looked closer. That mold turned out to be Penicillium notatum, and it would become the world's first true antibiotic, penicillin. It revolutionized medicine, saved millions of lives during World War II, and laid the foundation for modern antibiotics. One moldy dish, forgotten on a cluttered desk, gave birth to a medical revolution. In 1945, engineer Percy Spencer was working with radar technology for the military. One day, while standing near a magnetron, a device that emits microwaves, he noticed something strange. The chocolate bar in his pocket had melted. Confused, he tested it again, this time with popcorn kernels, which popped in his lab. Soon after, the microwave oven was born. What began as a defense experiment accidentally gave the world a faster, more convenient way to cook. Today, it's hard to find a home without one, all thanks to melted chocolate and a curious mind. In 1895, German physicist Wilhelm Röntgen was experimenting with cathode rays. He noticed a strange glow on a nearby fluorescent screen, even though it was shielded from visible light. He soon realized he had discovered a new kind of invisible ray that could pass through solid objects. When he placed his wife's hand in front of a photographic plate, the result was the first X-ray image, bones and all. It stunned the scientific world. Röntgen never intended to see inside the human body, but his accidental discovery gave medicine one of its most powerful diagnostic tools. In the early 1800s, rubber was a useless material. It melted in summer, cracked in winter, and rotted over time. Charles Goodyear spent years trying to make rubber durable. Then, in 1839, by pure accident, he spilled a mixture of rubber and sulfur onto a hot stove. Instead of melting, it charred and hardened into something flexible, tough, and weather-resistant. He had stumbled upon vulcanization. This discovery paved the way for tires, waterproof clothing, and a massive global industry, all because of a messy kitchen moment. Engineer Wilson Greatbatch was building a heart rhythm recording device in 1956, but he inserted the wrong resistor into the circuit instead of recording pulses. The device generated them at the same rhythm as a human heartbeat. Accidentally, he had created the first implantable cardiac pacemaker. It took years to perfect, but that simple mistake led to a device that saved countless lives. A moment of technical error turned into one of the greatest medical tools in history. In the 1970s, Spencer Silver, a chemist at 3M, was trying to invent a super strong adhesive. Instead, he accidentally made a very weak one, a glue that barely stuck. It was nearly useless until a colleague, Art Fry, used it to hold his bookmarks in place in a church hymnal. That idea gave birth to the Post-it note. From office walls to school desks, it's now an everyday item, born not from success, but from a failed experiment. In 1903, French chemist Edouard Benedictus dropped a glass flask. To his surprise, it cracked but didn't shatter. He found the flask had previously held liquid cellulose nitrate, which had left a thin coating inside. That coating held the broken pieces together. This discovery led to the invention of safety glass, now used in car windshields and buildings. One dropped flask prevented millions of future accidents. In 1938, Roy Plunkett was trying to make a new refrigerant gas, but something went wrong. He opened a gas cylinder and found a white, waxy solid instead. It was slippery, heat-resistant, and chemically inert. He had discovered polytetrafluoroethylene, better known as Teflon. Today, it's in non-stick cookware, aerospace parts, and even medical devices. A a failed chemical reaction led to one of the most versatile materials ever made. So what do all these stories have in common? They were born not from planning, but from observation, from people who noticed the unexpected and didn't ignore it. In labs, in kitchens, and in quiet moments of curiosity, these accidents change the trajectory of human progress. They remind us that mistakes can be beautiful, that innovation often lives just beyond the edge of error. And sometimes the greatest discoveries happen when you're simply paying attention to what no one else noticed.